Mhm. So, welcome to our Better Health and Wealth call. We have a really special guest speaker tonight, Ashley Lockin, and she is a former high school English teacher. So that was really cool because I know we have several teachers on the call. Hannah is one of them, and Mom and I were high school math teachers, so that's pretty cool. But to kind of give you an idea of everything that Ashley's accomplished, she finished out the year number 14 in the whole company. So that's pretty darn cool. So she obviously is elite because she was number 14. She's 5-star in her first business center, 1-star in her second. And you get to open that up. Remember when you hit 2-star, so you can get a second CBC. And then this is like super cool. And I think something that y'all will be like so tickled to learn. But she earns 60 Success Club points each month. So that's pretty crazy. And she's a Success Club 10 All-Star. So I'll go ahead and hush up and hand it over to Ashley because I know they're so excited to learn from you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here. And when I was asked to talk about free groups, I've never really presented on free groups. So I was like, oh boy. So I put together some slides. They're not the best slides, but I'm going to share with you really exactly what I've done, what I do now, the 3 different types of free groups that I run so that hopefully you can learn something and apply these things. So let me share my screen. Oh, I think I needed to hit present first. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, of course it starts at the end. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 3 different free groups that I run. But before that, here's a little snapshot into me. So I am married and we have a daughter. She's going to be 2 in February. And I'm a former teacher. We love to travel. We just spent 2 weeks in France, and this week we're going to Disney. So we really like the freedom and the flexibility that coaching has given us. And my husband and I both have had really great transformations thanks to Beachbody. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see both of our transformations. And then there you can see I've lost 75 pounds since having my daughter with Beachbody. So I just love everything that we do. It has changed every aspect of my life. So I want to share with you these groups that I run. So I run free groups in order to recruit challengers, free groups in order to recruit coaches, and these are not sneak peek groups. I'm going to explain in a moment. And I also have a free community group, which I use to recruit both challengers and coaches. And so a lot of people say, why should I run a free group? And I had a little backstory, and those of you who are here now or watching this recording are the go-getters. So here's why you need to be doing these free groups. Because 1, it helps you to build trust with people who are skeptical, right? Everybody's skeptical of things nowadays. This is a great way for you to build trust, a great way for you to grow your network, boost exposure. So if you're not aware, Facebook recently changed their algorithm, and now they are prioritizing posts and only showing you posts from people that you have a relationship with, not just friends with, but who you interact with, and groups that you are a part of. So having free groups is a great way for you to continually show up in people's news feeds. And then obviously the main goal is to recruit challengers and coaches. If you haven't read The Go-Giver, I highly, highly recommend reading that book. You can listen to it. It's super short and quick, but this is truly one of the main things that changed my business. I'm going to give you a little backstory on that in a moment. So anyway, let's start with free groups to recruit challengers. So I started coaching in 2015, and in 2015, I was sporadic with running free groups. 2016, I had my daughter, and I ran a free group almost every single month in 2016. And I swear that is really what built my momentum. And I'm going to tell you what to do and what I have done, but let's start with what I was doing then originally. So I would create a free group on Facebook, and it was one group. Every month, that group stayed the same. The people stayed in there. I just changed the banner and the title of the group. So one month, it would be a 5-day butts and guts challenge. And then the whole month, those people would stay in there. And 1 week before the next free group would start, I'd post in there and say, hey guys, I'm going to be changing this group next week to whatever theme it's going to be. You are free to stay, or if you want to leave and don't want to be bothered, you can leave. But then I was recruiting more people and putting them into this free group. So it kind of just kept building and building and building. But what I was doing at that time was going through the Beachbody workouts, picking out my favorite moves, and then recording videos of myself doing those moves, and then compiling all of that into a workout video 5 days. So each day was like, 5 or 10 moves that I had taken from Beachbody and I was doing. So it was so much work to make those videos every month. And along with that, I was also providing other content, clean eating tips and grocery tips and all kinds of stuff. And I was getting good conversion rates, maybe 3 to 5 customers, free people would convert to challengers a month. And that's great, right? But for the amount of work I was putting into it, I was getting really burnt out with doing these free groups. And so November 2016, I was like, I'm not doing any more free groups. I'm sick of these. And that's the month I listened to the Go-Giver. And I was like, I need to do a free group and I need to scale it. I need to do more. I need to offer more. And I had a light bulb moment and I said, why am I making my own videos? Why don't I just use Beachbody on Demand? And at that time, that's when they had a 30-day free trial. So I said, okay, in December, I'm going to offer a 25-day free group. I'm going to have people sign up for the free trial and I'm going to have them do T25. And that was really the changing moment in my business. So in December of 2016, I had about 100 people express interest in this free group with Beachbody On Demand. Only about 40 people signed up for the group. And I know I'm going to address this right now. A lot of newer coaches say, I have a really hard time getting people to sign up for the free trial. Even though it's free, they don't want to put their credit card in. And my response to that is that you are not doing a good enough job of showing the value of Beachbody On Demand on your social media. They don't know that that's what you use. That's what has given you the transformation. So every single day that I do a workout, which is 6 days a week, I post a workout video of it, and multiple times a week, I'm mentioning my Netflix of workouts. I never, ever, ever, ever use Beachbody On Demand, ever. Nobody knows that I actually am affiliated with Beachbody. I create that curiosity, not resistance. So I say my Netflix of workouts, my sweat flicks, and then every Tuesday I share a transformation photo of myself or of a challenger or coach so that people are always seeing that this is what I'm using, so that when I offer something and ask them to sign up for a free trial and give their credit card, they're like, yes, sure, sign me up. I see that this is what it's doing for you. Like, I need this in my life. So if you are having problems with people getting the free trial, not being willing to put in their credit card, you're not doing a good enough job of showing what the true potential is, what it's doing for you, what it's doing for other people. So anyway, I had 40 people sign up for that free group. 16 of them that month converted to challengers, and then 6 people converted to coaches. And then ever since then, I've been just rocking it. So let's move on. And I want to share with you what I do to set up a free group. So first is I select the theme. And then I create the content. You do not want to just do a free group, fly by the seat of your pants for that. Create the group. You want to advertise it. If you have a Facebook like page, throwing $10, $15 at an advertisement for a free group is a really great way to get new people into your network. Asking people to tag a friend to join is really helpful. And then obviously the whole week leading up to that free group, you want to be posting, you want to be inviting, then you want to rock the group, give people an amazing experience, and then convert them to challengers or coaches. Now, here are considerations for free groups. As I said, I was doing them on Facebook, but then when I did that Beachbody On Demand group, I actually converted everybody and started doing it in my challenge tracker. So I do all of my official challenge groups in my challenge tracker. Now I do all free groups in my challenge tracker because it gives people that great taste of what it is we really have to offer. And I sell my challenge tracker, as like an exclusive perk to the people who join me. So I know some people don't like it, but that's all I use and people love it. I've asked my challengers numerous times if they want to go back to Facebook, and they always say no, like 100%. Nobody wants to go back to Facebook. They love my challenge tracker. So I do my free groups, and I give people that amazing taste of our accountability, our support, our workouts. And so this is where I want to talk about themes and content and selections for free groups. So I know a lot of people do like crockpot groups and miracle morning groups and all that great stuff. And I think that's great. I think that's amazing. Jen Richardson slays her business by doing like DIY groups and all kinds of stuff. For me, I feel like my best conversions come from fitness-based groups. So I only do fitness-based groups. I only give people a taste of Beachbody On Demand, my challenge tracker, all that good stuff. Because when they try it after that day one workout, the next day, they're like, holy cow, I can barely walk. Like anything I was doing before this was not good enough. Now I see why these people are so fit and I need this in my life. And I love the community. I love this app that it's private, it's off Facebook, I can log things. And so that's why when people do a free group, they're like, I need this in my life, I have to sign up for it. So that's why I have a much higher conversion rate. I think it's really hard to convert people from like a crockpot group to a challenger. Yes, that's building a relationship and building their trust. Maybe it's going to take a few free groups for them to actually join you. But in terms of quick conversions, when I do that combination of BOD and my challenge tracker, it's like amazing. And then with Clean Week, obviously, that's really helpful too. I personally like to make up my own calendar. And so I pick my favorite workouts from BOD, and each day there's a different one. So they get a taste of different trainers, different workouts, all kinds of stuff. And then most importantly is timing. So I always recommend running a free group the first week of the month, so that the last week of the previous month you're advertising, and then the first week of the month you're running this free group, and then you can convert them into a challenger. And if you don't get anybody to convert, you still have the rest of the month to get other challengers. Or run your group as the last week of the month so that you can make sure you hit Success Club, and then you run that free group, and then people sign up at the beginning of the next month. So your timing has to be great. I see a lot of coaches fall into this trap where they spend all month preparing and advertising a free group, and then they don't convert anyone and they're screwed. They put all their eggs in that basket. So I never rely on free groups to do that. Free groups are just a way to kind of build my customer base for the following month. And kind of always want to be looking ahead. This is my newest diamond, Cassandra, and she just posted this photo, so I had to share it. She was actually one of the people who joined that free group in December. That was 25 days. She started with T25, loved it. In January, she signed up as a coach with me, and she just went diamond, and she's lost over 60 pounds. So I saw this the other day, and I was like, this is just so amazing. It's such a full circle moment. You know, she was in my free group last year, and now look at all she's accomplished, and that's what we're doing. So it makes it so worth it, right? Okay, now that was free groups. That's how I get challengers. And then also, I'll say this, I ran free groups last year, January, February, March. That's when I was really kind of building momentum. And then I didn't run them again until the slow season, October, November, December of 2017. And that built amazing momentum. In January, I didn't run a free group. I'm not going to run a free group. I'm not going to run one in February. And right now I have over 100 Success Club points. And that is because for October, November, and December, I was building value. I was adding value, building relationships, and that has all like really paid off. So I will not be running free groups again until the slow season. But if you're in that building phase where I was in 2016, then you need to be running them more consistently. But if you do that and you build momentum, you can get to this point. So anyway, this is my like best tip for recruiting coaches. And I don't think a lot of people are doing this. Every time I tell people, they're like, oh, that's such a great idea. So I call it apprenticeships. And these are for people who've already been through a sneak peek group or a glimpse into coaching or a backstage pass, whatever you call it. They know what coaching is about, how we earn an income, but they didn't decide to sign up. So I take those people and I offer them a free 1-week trial as a coach. And what I do is I have them sign up for the free trial of Beachbody On Demand. I put them into a group. This is actually done on Facebook. And every morning they have a Beachbody On Demand workout. I create a calendar so they're experiencing different trainers, different workouts. I have a challenge group post. So in the morning they read that post, they do that workout, they take a sweaty selfie, they post it, and then they fall in love with the workouts. In the afternoon, I do a live video about a coaching task. And so in that group, day one is posting on social media, how to share, not sell, how to make your pictures pop, right? So I'm giving them those social media tactics, and then I tell them to post something about their workout or what they're eating or something about their day on social media. Day two is expanding their network, how to find friends and how to add people. And they're doing day one's activity as well, posting on social media, adding 5 friends. Day 3 is personal development. Day 4 is daily deposits, commenting on 5 other people's photos. Day 6 is reaching out to people who've been commenting on their photos. So what happens is for 7 days, they have 7 different lessons and seven assignments. So by day 7, they're doing all of those assignments on one day. And what happens is they fall in love with it because they're posting on social media, they're doing their workouts, they're feeling great, and people are supporting them and loving them and giving them so much encouragement. And they, these apprentices, sorry, I'm like losing my words here. They love it because they don't have that pressure of, I have to sell this person. What should I say to get them to buy? I have to hit Success Club. I have to sign up a coach. I have to be Emerald, right? It's just, they're starting this journey and they're posting about it and people are loving them and they're experiencing the really fun parts of coaching. And by the end of that week, they are like, I have to do this. Like, I love this. And so I have almost 100% conversion rate. Almost everybody who joins these apprenticeships either sign up as a coach or they sign up as a challenger if they don't sign up as a coach. And those coaches start right because they've already had that one crash course in social media and in coaching. So they start on the right foot. And a lot of them actually even have people who want to join them right away. So they sign up as a coach and that day they have customers and they have coaches signing up under them because they've been posting and their friends are seeing. And day 7's assignment is making a live video and saying, I'm signing up. I'm going to become a coach who wants to, join my next group. And they have people that day who are like, I've been watching you all week and I'm so proud. I would love to do this with you. So this is such a cool group. So what I do is I create the group on Facebook. I develop that content, the workout calendar, the daily workout posts, which are kind of like a challenge group, and daily coaching topics. And I do a live video. And then I advertise that by going through every sneak peek group that I run. So I run a sneak peek group almost every single week, a new group. So that means in 2017, I think I had 48 different sneak peek groups and I start them every Monday. So I would go back through every single sneak peek group and I would say, hey, I have this apprenticeship starting. If you, you didn't sign up for whatever reason, now if you want to give it a try. And I ran these not every month, but I started them in the fall. So I've run a few of them. And I would say, hey, I have another one of these coming, if you want to really try it out for whatever reason you didn't sign up. Most of them are just afraid that they wouldn't be able to handle it or they didn't know really what they were getting into, but they knew the details of coaching. So then they would join. I would email anybody who had ever given me their email address and say, I have this apprenticeship starting if you want to try it. And then I would make public posts about it to get people in. And then I would run the group and then I would convert them to coaches. And my considerations for this are timing. I always run this at the end of a month so that all month, right, I have all month to kind of give people info on coaching, get them into the sneak peeks. End of the month, I get them into this apprenticeship and then they sign up at the beginning of a new month. So then they have that whole month and then the whole month after to hit Success Starters. And I get, that helps me to hit Success Club quickly in the beginning of the month. And then I also make sure they already know all the info on coaching. So they've had to have gone through a sneak peek group, or I have a 1-hour video that explains all the details of coaching. I will send them before I let them in the group because I don't want them to be in the group and be like, well, what are we even doing? What is this? So I make sure they have all the details before they join the group. And then if you should be aware that on Facebook, you can create a news feed of just certain people. So I create a friends list of just those prospects who are in this apprenticeship. And then every night before I go to bed, I make sure I go through that news feed and I'm giving them lots of love and support on those public posts that they're making because that's scary. And I want them to know that I'm there supporting them. So this for coaching was a game changer, super, super helpful. And then lastly is my free community. So I just wanted to create one group where I would talk about, my intention for this was to just talk about baby-led weaning, how I feed my daughter, personal development books that I was reading, all that kind of stuff. So I created this group. I got a ton of people in it. And then at the time I was reading The Universe Has Your Back. And so I had people sign up if they wanted a free copy of the book. And through Audible, I could send a certain number of people the book for free. So first come, first serve. So some of them got that for free. And then we were also doing May Cause Miracles. It's like a 40-day book. So a lot of them bought that, and we kind of went through it together and shared things that were happening. I did live videos in there, just kind of shared time management tips, like all different kinds of things. My intention was to run it, but what happened was they took over. The people who joined are in there posting all the time and helping one another. So it kind of just evolved into this like self-run group where I actually don't do much in there. But because of the Facebook algorithm, now we have that affinity, and my posts show up in their feeds and their posts show up in my feeds, and the group posts show up in our feeds a lot. So that really helps. And now I'm finding that a lot of people that are in this free community are becoming my challengers, are becoming coaches. So they followed me on social media, they joined this community, and then they decided they wanted more. So that has been super beneficial too. So you just want to select, like, what is yours? Mine is called the Best Life Project. I just want to help women rock all aspects of their life. And that was my intention. As I said, it kind of evolved on its own. Develop the content they're going to start sharing, kind of have a game plan, invite people to it, advertise it, post about it, and then engage with those people, because that's definitely going to help build your business. So those are the 3 types of groups I run. Free fitness groups to recruit challengers, free apprenticeship groups to recruit coaches, and then I just have a free community just to build relationships and recruit both. So my call to action for you is to develop your February calendar. Even if you're a brand new coach, or if you're a go-getter, you're on this call, you probably have a calendar or you're using your uplines, but I encourage you right away to develop your own calendar. So when I was a brand new coach, literally I was a coach for like 1 week, and I decided to run my own challenge group and run my own sneak peek group. I have never, not once, added people to my uplines groups, none of her groups. I've always just done my own. And I think that is really what helped me to gain confidence and just that authority. So I highly recommend that you do that and you kind of take ownership. So set a date for when your free group, whatever kind of group you're going to run or your community is going to start, and then get on it and then read The Go-Giver if you haven't, because it will definitely be a game changer for you. So that is all I have for you guys. Let me stop sharing. And are there any questions?
Wow, that was just like so awesome. Like, I can't believe this is your first time like presenting on it. It was awesome. So does anybody have any questions? Let's see, Hannah.
Yes, I decided I would actually make myself visible so I could ask my question. Hey, Ashley, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had a question about, where did I put my question mark in my notes? It was about like doing the free group or the free community. I just wanted to get your opinion because, so I teach high school special education full time, but I spend most of my other time early in the mornings and then some time in the evenings working on coaching. So I'm actually trying to blog some and use that as like a way to share the content that you explained you share on a free group in my blog. So I actually created a community that I have like 100 people in, but I am pushing them all to my blog now. So I guess my question for you is just, would you suggest that I like continue to add to that free community and just share my blog information there as to not have too much going on? I know I'm in a different position because I'm teaching full-time too, but I just wanted your opinion on that, like that value that the free group adds.
Yeah. So, but is there anything exclusive that they're getting? Like anybody could go to your blog, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I have a blog, I have a website, and I put stuff on there, but I sell it as, I will post something, like I'll post a recipe and I'll say like, oh, this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm feeding my daughter, here's the recipe, but if you want to learn more about this, join my free community. So I'm giving it this like reason why you want to join the community, because they're going to get more value.
Right. Awesome.
So I would continue driving people to your blog, But in that free group, try to think of what else you can add in there.
And I think for me, the challenge became like the silence, and I would let it frustrate me instead of just like finding ways. Like you said, I loved the idea about like sharing professional development, because that's what I'm so fulfilled by coaching, and I like want to just shake teachers and be like, I don't understand why you don't do this.
Yeah.
And so like thinking about what drives me to want to feel that way, I guess, would be what to
Yeah. It's kind of like a book club almost.
Right. Yeah, I like that idea. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any questions? I know we have a couple on the phone, so. Make sure there's people muted. So if you're muted, I'm unmuting you just in case, like because I don't know how that works on the phone. I've never tried it before. Okay, I think we're good. I had one question about, like you mentioned that, and I don't know if this was 2016 or 2017, so sorry. But I noticed that you said that you kept them in a group for like a month, and then you would just change out the theme, and they would keep going. So, but it looks like you're like 5-day bikini boot camp and 5-day button guts. What did you do with them the rest of the month?
Oh, nothing. Like when it ended. They just sat in there, and a lot of people would go back and redo the workouts.
Yeah.
And here, let me show you. Let me show you one more thing, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
So can you guys see this Google Doc?
Yeah.
This is what I would create for each group. So like this was my event page. I need to move you guys over. So this was like I always create an event page. And this was kind of like the description. And then I would say tag a friend to join you. And then I would add them to the group. And then this was like day one, introduce yourselves, tell me what kind of booty you want, right? Funny things is going to get them to like respond.
Yeah.
And then this is what the workouts would look like. So I would type out what they needed to do, but then here was the YouTube video of me actually doing the moves. So each day that's what it looked like. So I had a lot of people who would do the 5 days and then they would keep doing them.
Yeah.
And, and then I would be like, okay, and I would delete all of that content.
Okay.
And be like, okay, we're starting fresh. Like, if you want to stay in here. So that kind of created that draw of like, okay, I want to come back. I need more workouts. And then eventually be like, okay, I need to up my game and I need to actually commit to an actual group.
Cool. Okay. That makes complete sense. Thank you.
And Ashley, did you say that's how you're still doing your free groups now, or is it?
No, now I do them on my challenge tracker and I use Beachbody On Demand. And I'm like, here are the 7 days, 7 workouts we're going to do. And I pick different programs.
Yeah, I was really interested how you mentioned doing it on the app, because I feel like a lot of people I am wanting to get, I guess, have a desire to, like, they just don't really on Facebook as much anymore, I guess, or they're just busy. And so having the app has always seemed really appealing.
Yeah.
But I need to jump in and try it with a free group. But that's a really good idea, because then you're just creating your posts like you would, like you mentioned, and they're going on there. That's awesome.
Yeah. And what's really nice about the app is that the next time you run a free group, all your content is already in there and you just have to hit copy and schedule. Do you use it yet?
I've used it, but it was for I did it once for a paid group, and then in the back of my head, I've continued to think how I should go back to it. So maybe.
Oh my gosh, yes! Like it saves me so much time, because I start a challenge group every other week, so I have 6 challenge groups running at any time. But I'm not coming up with all this content. I just say copy and schedule, copy and schedule.
And I can imagine for people who are trying to make excuses, I'm like, well, you can have this app on your phone, and you can even download this other app and do the workout on.
And I always say, I can see when you log your workouts, how many days you've missed, and I will message those people on, each week and say, you missed 3 days, what happened? Or congratulations, you didn't miss any days. So it's that next level of accountability. In a Facebook group, I'm not going to go through people's posts and count, but it's so easy in my challenge tracker to do that.
Yeah. So your engagement's pretty good in there too? Because that's one thing that we've noticed, but we've always done because we have a year-round group going for the team and then for our clients. And so the engagement when we switch to a tracker, usually it's just like crickets.
I think at first it was, but now that's just what people are so used to. And I really think like it's okay, like when you're a teacher and you have to sell a new lesson, a new concept, like as an English teacher, like I had to sell the new book we were going to read, right? And make it really exciting and enticing. That's what I do with my challenge tracker. So when people are like interested, I'm like, it's a private app. I get to see what you're posting. It's off social media, so nobody can see your posts. We create this amazing little community. You can upload your progress photos and your stats, and I can see them. And they're like really excited about that.
Yeah. Cool.
And I make sure everybody, like they have to post pictures in there every day. Like when they log their workout and stuff, they have to post a picture. And then people get like really creative with it because there's like different filters and stuff you can do. So
cool. Yeah, I need to play with it more because we've just kept it very like, like 1, 2, 3, like here you go. But I love the idea of making the switch too, just because that way you're all in one place. That's why ours has kind of stank because we're in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
I think that could be great for using it for clean week too, like because you could like log your shake and your workout, which is totally more accountable to that.
Exactly.
If you're doing something where you are sharing like a menu or something, do you just sort of steer away from that because you mentioned you do mostly fitness and then you share like recipes as posts, or can you share, I don't know if you could share a document on there.
Yeah, you can share links.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can share links in there. So yeah, every Tuesday I do like a recipe share and everybody shares a recipe. So it's like a whole thread of links.
Oh, awesome.
And what's nice also is that I tell people with Facebook, it's like, okay, if I'm not assigning their coach, right? A lot of people will be like, oh, I don't even know I have a coach, or I don't talk to her anymore, right? And they just want added to your group. But here, I'm like, well, I can't add you until I'm officially your coach because it's a Beachbody thing, right? So I like make it like, well, you have to make me your coach. You have to buy something. I can't put you in the group.
Yeah. So we had somebody ask in the chat box. Jill asked, she loves the app, how easy it is to post past content. Do you find that people get overwhelmed with notifications in the app?
I tell them to turn the notifications off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have mine turned off. Yeah, when they go through the setup, it says like notifications, they could just turn them off.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on. So that was very helpful.
Good. All right, it was nice meeting you, ladies.
Nice meeting you too, and I look forward to being on y'all's team call in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.